So this is 7.5b, elementary algebra, and we are on example 6, and let me write that up here. A plus 4 over a squared plus 5a, and that equals negative 2 over a squared minus 25. Alright, so first thing you want to do is simplify the denominator. Can't find the LCD unless the denominator is simplified. Now all the ones up to this point, the denominators were simplified. So this is the first time we're doing it when they're not. So a plus 4, simplify it, we pull out an a. And our bottom here, difference of two squares. Good to be able to recognize that because then you can just simplify it that easy. Now I look at my denominators and I try to find the LCD. So the LCD of this is going to be the a, okay, because it's there, an a plus 5, because it's common there, and then an a minus 5. Okay. So we're going to use all three of those as the least common denominator. So we're going to multiply the entire equation by that. So we're going to multiply it, the LCD times this. So it's going to look like this. LCD times a plus 4 over a times a plus 5. Okay, so that is this multiplied by that. Alright, so in white we're going to do the negative, we're going to multiply the LCD times okay. So what can I do? I can cancel this a plus 5 with that one with that one. You better be able to get rid of all the fractions. That's the whole reason we do this. If you can't get rid of the fractions, then you did something wrong. So I'm left with that, and over here I'm just left with the negative 2 and the a. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on. Let's use the FOIL method here. Let me move. So let's move everything up here. Okay. So FOIL method, a squared first, outside, inside, last. Combine my middle terms here. Add 2a because it's got to be equal to 0, so I got to get rid of that left-hand side. Okay. Now, once I'm in this situation, see if I can factor it, because I can't factor it until it's equal to 0. So now that it's equal to 0, I can factor it. 5 times 4 is 20. And plus 5 minus 4 is a positive a, plus 5 times negative 4 is a negative 20. Alright, so that means a plus 5 equals 0, a minus 4 equals 0, which means a over here has to be negative 5, because that's what will make this a 0, and over here a equals 4. Alright, so again, I have to go through and check these guys, see if they work. So let's go ahead and move everything up, bring the original equation back, and put negative 5 and 4 in. So let's put 4 in. So 4 plus 4 over 4 squared plus 5 times 4. Alright, so that gives me 8. This is 16 plus 20. Negative 2. This is 16 minus 25, which is negative 9. So this is actually positive 2/9, a negative over a negative. And this reduces to 4 goes into 8 twice, 4 goes into 36 9 times. So yes, 4 does check. Now we have to do negative 5. Okay. Negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Positive 25 plus negative 25. I can stop right there because positive 25 plus negative 25 is 0. I don't even care what this is. Because I have a 0 in the denominator, I am done. Answer is the null set for 5. Negative 5 does not work. So the only answer that does work is 4. So even though, because there's an a squared in there, you're supposed to get 2 answers, one is extraneous, it doesn't work. So that's why you have to check each one of these. If you don't check each one of these, you might have gotten this answer and this one on a quiz or a test, and I would have counted it wrong because you didn't check, because negative 5 does not work. Okay, so these are the problem sets of 7.5. I'm looking at number 42 right here. So the first thing we need to do is simplify all the denominators, and that one looks like the only one that's not simplified. And if we simplify it according to how we know how, it becomes x minus 3 and x minus 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. And we'll put that under the 6. And then we've got everything else that is simplified. Now, common denominator. Alright, so remember what we do. We just look at all the ones that are different and combine them. So those are the only ones that are different. So this combined, just like that, whoops, is the LCD. So that's what we're going to multiply each of these terms by. So let's go ahead and just write that. Okay, so multiply the least common denominator times that, and we'll do the same thing here. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with the last set of numbers there, if I have room. Okay, then I cancel. Cancel both of those, that one with that one, that one with that one. So I'm left with 3x times x minus 3 here equals plus, and all I have there is a 6. Okay, let's move everything up and distribute. So this becomes 3x squared minus 9x, 2x squared minus 8x plus 6. So let's move all this over here so we can set it equal to 0. Alright, so that gives me minus 3. Let's do something different. Let's move all of this over here. So minus 2x squared leaves me 1x squared minus 9x equals, and that went away, add 8x. Okay, subtract 6. And we have x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. Okay, that looks a lot more doable here. Two binomials. And we have x minus 3 and x plus 2. Now, x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. And what you're going to do then is you're going to put it back in the original problem, each one of these, to see if they're both true or if just one of them true. And the hint is only one of them is true, but I won't tell you which one. I'll give that to you to figure out. But I think you should be good for the problems at 7.5 if you can do ones like number 42. So that's it.